Ever wondered how to harness the natural healing power of herbs right in your own backyard? Today, we are going to explore just that. Welcome to the fascinating world of medicinal herb gardening, a journey that combines the joy of gardening with the ancient knowledge of healing herbs. Imagine having a garden that not only beautifies your space, but also serves as your very own natural pharmacy. In this guide, we'll delve into the essentials of creating such a garden, from selecting the right herbs based on their healing properties to understanding the nuances of planting and care. We will also touch upon how to harvest and use these herbs to create your own natural remedies. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or a beginner, this guide will offer practical, easy-to-follow tips to help you cultivate a thriving medicinal herb garden. Ready to embark on this journey of health and beauty? Let's dive into the world of medicinal herbs. First things first, selecting the right herbs is crucial for a successful medicinal garden. As you embark on this journey of planting your medicinal herb garden, choosing the right herbs is the first step. And no, it's not just about picking the prettiest leaves or the most fragrant blooms. We're talking about matching herbs to your specific needs and climate. Consider lavender, a popular choice for its calming properties and sweet aroma. It thrives in sunny, well-drained spots and is great for aiding sleep and reducing anxiety. Then there's chamomile, an easy-to-grow herb that soothes upset stomachs and can even help with insomnia. For a cooler, more shaded garden, consider lemon balm. This hardy perennial is a champion at calming the nerves and easing stress. Plus, it adds a zesty flavor to any dish or tea. And let's not forget the versatile mint. Thriving in both sun and partial shade, mint is a go-to remedy for digestive troubles. But remember, it's a vigorous grower, so keep it contained unless you want a mint-filled yard. Another fantastic herb to consider is echinacea, a beautiful flower that strengthens the immune system. It prefers full sun and well-drained soil. That said, what's important is to choose herbs that suit your climate. For instance, Mediterranean herbs like rosemary and thyme love a sunny, dry environment, while herbs like parsley and chives prefer cooler, moister conditions. Also, consider the healing properties you're after. Looking for natural ways to ease aches and pains? Try planting willow bark or turmeric. Need help with memory and concentration? Rosemary might be your new best friend. Remember, the key to a successful medicinal herb garden is diversity. Aim for a mix of herbs that offer a range of healing properties and that thrive in different parts of your garden. Now that you've chosen your herbs, let's move on to designing your garden. With the right herbs in mind, you're one step closer to having natural remedies at your fingertips. Stay tuned as we delve into the exciting world of garden design next. A well-designed garden is not only pleasing to the eye, but also promotes the healthy growth of your herbs. That's right, thoughtful planning and design are key to a thriving medicinal herb garden. So let's dive into some tips to help you achieve just that. First up, sunlight. Most herbs love the sun, so aim for a spot that gets at least 6 hours of sunshine a day. Morning sun is particularly beneficial as it dries the dew off the leaves, helping to prevent fungal diseases. But remember, some herbs like mint and parsley can tolerate a bit of shade too. Next, consider the drainage. Herbs don't like to sit in waterlogged soil, so if you're dealing with heavy clay soil, you might want to think about creating raised beds or using containers. Both options allow you to control the soil quality and improve drainage. Now let's talk about companion planting. This is the practice of planting certain herbs together to benefit each other. For instance, basil and tomatoes are great companions. Basil helps to repel insects that feast on tomato plants, and some gardeners swear that it even improves the flavor of the tomatoes. So don't be afraid to mix and match your herbs. As you plan your garden, try to visualize how the herbs will look fully grown. Some herbs like lavender and rosemary can get quite large and make excellent border plants. Smaller herbs like thyme and oregano work well in the front or along paths. Add a touch of creativity to your design. Maybe create a spiral herb garden or plant your herbs in a pattern. The possibilities are endless, and the best part is there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's your garden, so make it a reflection of you. Remember, the goal is to create a garden that's not only beautiful but also functional. A place where you can easily access your herbs when you need them. With a design in mind, it's time to prepare the soil and start planting. So, stay tuned as we dive into the next exciting phase of creating your medicinal herb garden. The secret to a thriving garden lies in the quality of its soil. The foundation of any flourishing garden, the soil, is a living, breathing entity teeming with organisms that work in harmony with your plants. So how do we prepare this fantastic foundation? First, let's talk pH balance. Most herbs prefer a neutral to slightly acidic soil around a pH of 6 to 7. It's a sweet spot that allows optimal nutrient absorption. If your soil is too acidic or alkaline, worry not, there are various amendments you can add to balance it out. For acidic soil, add some lime. For alkaline soil, consider adding sulfur or peat moss. Now, let's talk about the magic of organic compost. Compost is a gardener's gold. It enriches the soil, providing nutrients that plants need. It improves soil structure, encouraging root growth, and it enhances the soil's ability to hold on to water yet drain well. To prepare your soil, mix in some good quality compost, and your future herbs will thank you for it. Once your soil is ready, it's time to transform it into a home for your herbs. Whether you're planting seeds or transplanting seedlings, remember, proper spacing and depth are crucial. Each herb has its own preference, but as a general rule, plant seeds about 3 times as deep as the width of the seed. For seedlings, dig a hole deep and wide enough to accommodate the root ball. Place your plant in the hole, making sure it's at the same depth it was growing at before. Gently backfill the hole, firming the soil around the plant. And there you have it. Your herbs are in their new home, ready to grow and thrive. Remember, planting is more than just a task. It's a moment of connection with nature, a time to infuse your plants with positive energy and intentions. So take your time, enjoy the process, and your plants will feel the love. Now that your herbs are in the ground, let's talk about care and maintenance. A little care goes a long way in keeping your garden healthy. Now that you've planted your medicinal herb garden, it's time to think about maintenance. Watering is a crucial part of this process. Most herbs prefer slightly dry soil, so it's important not to overwater. A good rule of thumb is to water when the top inch of soil feels dry to the touch. Pruning is another key aspect of herb care. Regularly trimming your plants encourages more growth and prevents them from becoming too leggy. Don't be shy. Snip off around 1/3 of the plant, making sure to cut just above a leaf joint to encourage new branches. Dealing with pests can be a challenge, but before you reach for the chemical pesticides, consider organic solutions. Planting companion herbs such as marigolds and nasturtiums can deter pests. Another option is to introduce beneficial insects like ladybugs and lacewings, which are natural predators to common garden pests. While these tasks may seem daunting at first, they soon become a part of your routine. Think of it as nurturing not just your plants, but your own well-being too. After all, these herbs will soon become a source of natural remedies right at your fingertips. With consistent care, your garden will flourish. But how do you make the most of your herbs? Let's find out. Harvesting at the right time ensures your herbs hold their maximum healing properties. That's right. The moment of harvesting is crucial for your herbs to retain their medicinal qualities. Generally, it's best to harvest them just as the plants have come to flower. This is when they're at their most potent. To preserve the herbs, you can dry them. Simply gather the herbs in small bundles and hang them upside down in a warm, dry, and well-ventilated place. Once they're dry, you can store them in airtight containers away from light and heat. Then, when you need them, you have your own stash of dried herbs, ready to be used as natural remedies whenever you want. But what if you prefer to use your herbs fresh? No problem. You can make tinctures by soaking herbs in alcohol or vinegar for a few weeks. This extracts the healing properties, and you're left with a potent, concentrated liquid. Or perhaps you're in the mood for a soothing cup of herbal tea. Simply steep your fresh or dried herbs in hot water. There you have it, a warm, comforting brew that's not just delicious, but also packed with healing goodness. From drying to making tinctures or teas, there are countless ways to utilize the bounty of your medicinal herb garden. The key is to experiment and find what works best for you. With these tips, you're well on your way to having a thriving medicinal herb garden right in your backyard.